After Margaret at the wedding, or Margot at the wedding, Noah Baumbach returns to direct the film Greenberg. It stars Ben Stiller as a man who's a social misfit of sorts, a so-called mental patient trying to readjust to Los Angeles after living in New York for many years and having a panic attack there. He moves west and seems to try to expand his horizons, but it seems as if he's becoming more and more confined and isolated. And this film is a really nice hybrid of today and the 1970s mixed with the 1980s on a stylistic level. It's a California that we've seen from films of the years gone by. Mr. Baumbach acquires a usual sharp wit and bitter irony to make this film work to a certain degree. The film doesn't really sustain itself beyond Ben Stiller's good performance here as the title character, and the newcomer Greta Gerwig, who's a Sacramento native, does very well playing Florence, a woman whom Mr. Stiller's character interacts with quite a bit in a very interesting way. He's prone to a lot of different outbursts and spontaneities, and it's something that you don't expect, but Mr. Stiller peppers the character with a force and a sadness as well that makes his character work. Miss Gerwig is also very good here. She's a freewheeling character in this one. She plays a woman who seems to have everything the way she wants it, and she still remains loyal to a man like this. But it's not just that, there's so much more going on with Miss Gerwig. She also manages to make the film entertaining and funny, and she's also very interesting in her role. There's also performances by a Baumbach mainstay, Jennifer Jason Leigh, who just happens to be Mr. Baumbach's wife. There's also appearances here by Reef Ifans, who of course has played in many different roles over the years. The British actor plays one of Greenberg's best buddies, or so he thinks. He's a man who seems to be in touch with Greenberg, but the only man who can really get through to him. And there's nothing spoiled in what I've just said. It's a film that does take some interesting turns, and although it's not always predictable, it's definitely a film, as I said, doesn't quite sustain itself beyond the performances of Mr. Stiller and Miss Gerwig. It's still something that you should check out though. A bit more serious for Stiller, but not the end of the world. He's done films like Permanent Midnight before, and he definitely brings an edge to this role as well. Check it out. You may like it, you may not, but it is Ben Stiller and it's Greenberg. I'm Omar Moore for the Popcorn Reel.